Hey, hey, can anyone hear me yet? Let's wait on chat. Ah, we can hear now. Okay, apologies about that, guys. I've just been talking to myself for 5 minutes. I mean, what's new, to be fair? This always blooming happens to me, doesn't it? Stardust, welcome to chat, and Ninja Pumpkin. Guys, apologies. It's like it always is with me. Me and technology just don't mix. And I've got all these fancy things to try and make streams easier, and they just never work. Anyway, guys, apologies about that, and we are back now. So, basically, I've been talking to myself about how we're going to do a little bit of Planet Coaster today, because Planet Coaster is still one of my favourite games, and this is the park that I started with Planet Coaster, basically to learn how to play the game. It's a tropical park, and, well, some of it's pirates, some of it's like Caribbean, some of it's just palm trees because I like palm trees. And we are nearly finished here. This will be the first park I started and probably the first park I've actually ever completed as well. So we've got a little pirate area here. Then over this way, I've added like a little water park. This section is kind of unfinished, and it's going to be like a little seaside bit, so think northeast American sort of, lobster county or whatever. And up over here is kind of the temple area, which I started when we had the adventure pack. So this is all, I'd say it's South American, Aztec, that kind of, adventure style things. So, and of course the hotel as well, which is looking very out of place now because I put in the Temple Adventure ride as well. So it's kind of domineering over what used to be a quite impressive hotel. Not quite so impressive now. So, basically what I think we're going to do today is I want to fill in some of the gaps that are left. So over here in the pirate area, we've got a lot of green space. So I'm thinking of putting in some more kind of Caribbean type housing, and we'll see how we get on with that. Okay, let's have a look at chat, see if there's anything. My one comment is still greyed out, so it was enlightened. Oh, okay, right. Oh, and Phoebe, yeah, we've got slow mode on today because last time I streamed, people kept typing in the same thing in chat like over and over again, so now you have to wait 60 seconds before you can type another message. And hopefully that's okay with everyone, but it was getting ridiculous. We had people typing in the same, can we have this, like 13 times? And you don't want to tell people to stop doing it, so it's easier just to say, we'll just slow down chat. Right. Now, I've got some sort of reference material on the other screen. So it means moving this around and bringing that one up. So I've got some buildings and stuff that I'm interested in looking at. Probably kind of Pirates of the Caribbean type thing. I mean, we've not got a lot of space to deal with here, but I'm thinking like market maybe for this little section here. I mean, the sad thing is nobody actually walks through here anymore. Nobody likes the pirate area for some reason. They like this ride because this one's new. So they like this one. But the poor pirate boat, I mean, if I click on it, I've turned it down to it's free. So it doesn't cost them anything to ride that, and it's just so sad. Nobody cares. Nobody's interested. Yeah, I'm having problems over here because this is ridiculous. What's going on with the crowd here? This is just, I mean, I'm not being funny. If you were to come to the theme park and you saw this here, you'd be like, nah, I'm gonna go this way. I wouldn't go anywhere near that. I mean, how you can't even get through. It's absolutely ridiculous. This ride is not that popular. How on earth is that ride so popular? It just doesn't make sense. Right. Anyway, let's get on with some building. Again, just a slow stream today, a bit quiet. And we'll do some more Planet Zoo maybe in a couple of weeks when I've got more ideas for that one. Right, so what do we need first? So if anyone's interested, the controls are pretty much the same as Planet Zoo. The Planet Zoo controls, I'm guessing, were based on this one. Oh my gosh, the boat's running. Is someone on the boat? Or is it just wasting electricity and running when there's nobody on it? What a waste. There's nobody on it even, and it's running. That's just so ridiculous. So yeah, controls are pretty much the same. Except for you have scenery and building pieces. They're in different tabs for this one. So you have different tabs for them. Right, okay, let's have a look. What type of wall do we want for pirate? I mean, I wonder if they do have a pirate theme. I wonder if that'll show up in this. So, scenery theme. Pirate. Oh. So, sail canopy. I mean, that is useful. So, I'll put one out here for if we use it. And sail canopy aligned. Oh, cool. So, yeah, these are... I mean, that might be useful for some sort of market stall. So, we'll get a couple of those in. And I guess I'm just going to have to go with normal walls to look at the walls. Okay, so let us get rid of pirate. And Adobe. Is that going to be any use? Or do we want it open? Oh, we might want something open. So for that, I'm going to need to look at the type of wood that we've got. So let's have a look for wood. Now, the haunted house. How does that look? It's very bright over this section of the park. Let's see. I might do as a ground coverage. We'll save that and might do as ground coverage. What other type of wood have we got? Natural. I think I used that over... I did use that over this section. So this little bit here, I've used the natural wood. Oh, look at that. Look at the state of that. You can tell that I was learning when we did this. Although I quite like that. I like that building just on its own. Can I just take that bit? Yeah, let's take one of those. And we'll use those as corner pieces, I think, for the stall. So one there. We need to remove that from the building, so let us split that. I want to edit with building piece and then you split it. There we go, split from building, so it's now its own piece. And let us take another one of those. Might need that off the ground a little bit, I think. So move you up a little bit. And we'll take another one there. Oh, okay. I wonder if it'll work if I turn that around the other way. Does that work? Yeah, I think that works. I'm going to need a roof piece like that, so it's remembering what all the pieces are in the game. Let's have a look. So we need thatch. Now, it might come under building, it might come under scenery. We'll try both of them. So, thatch. What have we got? No, that's fairy tale thatch. That's a different kind of... That's massive as well. That's far too big. Yeah, that's way too big. So I'll try it in the building pieces and see if we've got a thatch over there. Let's have a look. Thatch. And even that's, it's so different. Yeah, it's a very different type of building piece. But I'll put one out and we may have to go with that. I'll have to check, what did I use elsewhere? Because this isn't the first one of these things that I've made. So, I mean, over here it's all I did make the custom roof here, but that's because that's a proper building. Oh, I guess I kind of like this one's okay, isn't it? Vicar says, yeah, that looks more like a country cottage rather than pirate. Yeah, I would say so too. I mean, I did use this over in the water park and it looks okay because we didn't use any other pieces, so you can't really tell so much here. I mean, that looks okay with the thatch pieces there, and there's like a little food stall in there. That looks, you know, looks all right with the thatch there. And we have obviously the water slide bit again as well. That looks not too bad, but I think when you're mixing it with the pirate stuff, you've got to stick to one or the other. Maybe we've been spoilt in Planet Zoo. That's the problem, because there's 2 games now. Trying to remember, was that piece in Planet Zoo or was that piece in Planet Coaster? Sometimes I can't remember. Right, yeah, so I don't think that's going to work here. So let's get rid of that one. And I might just steal... I don't want to steal that bit. I want to steal this bit. What if I just steal the whole building there? And turn it around. Oops. Something on the floor. Oh, just a sec. That's the mouse gone. You get back up on there. There we go. Right, that's back. Don't need you to say anything. Right, we're back. Oh, let's have a look. My one comment is still grayed out. Oh no, that was because when my mouse fell off the desk, it jumped chat back up quite a ways. So I'm like reading the same comments again. Right. Now this is. I'm gonna have to stretch this out a bit, aren't I? Because that's not gonna fit in there. And maybe we need to bring this a bit closer to the edge there. Let's move you around. Don't worry, I'm gonna get rid of the front walls, I think, because they're not gonna fit in very well. I'm trying to remember now whether there's did we get fruit in this game, or is that only in Planet Zoo? I think we do get pieces of fruit and stuff that you can use. Now, going to try and merge this into that one so they're a bit aligned. And do the same on the other side. I might have to join all these together. I am Phoebe says, da oof. Yeah, indeed. You'll get used to it with me, that me and technology and like having setups here, something always goes wrong. I'm kind of used to it now. I just, oh my god, what's going on here? Why is there like 20 janitors? What are you all up to? That's very suspicious. I mean, you don't need that many janitors. What are they doing over in the bit of the park that is like the cleanest part of the park as well? Apparently somebody's just decided to leave stuff on the table, so I suppose. But you don't need 20 of them to look after that. Right. Now, I need to merge these all together so I can move it. So let's move those together. And that is add scenery to selected building. That's it. Vicar says they're skiving. That's probably true. Yeah. And if we move that forward, I think that's okay. I can't believe that this thing is running when there's nobody blooming on it. That's just ridiculous. I wonder what would happen if I placed guests on the path. Would they decide that they wanted to ride it? So, right, what if I took... Okay, let's pause for a second. What if I moved you and said, well, actually, I know you'd said you're not interested in the pirate boat, but what if you really were interested in the pirate boat? So if I move them to right by the entrance and they go, oh, it's free, is it? Maybe then they'll decide they want to play on that. So let's move you there and see what happens. Oh, there they are. Technology isn't the person you should be best friends with. No, see, look, they don't. Oh, no. Here we go. Yes, it works. Right, so if I can get guests to actually come down here, then they're interested in it. Because this area is awesome. This is a really cool pirate bit. And all it means is that they need something to interest them to actually get down to this section. So what can we place in there that's really super cool that they really will encourage them to go down here? The only thing I can think of would be like a ride, like a new ride, but there's no room for that. So we'll have to think on that. Not interested in a pirate boat. Be a lot cooler if you were. Very true. But yeah, let's see that they're enjoying themselves now. I mean, I know it's only like 5 of them, but you know, I just think it's a crying shame. Oh, the both decided they want opposite sides there. So yeah, we've got a few people on the boat now. I mean, you're not really dressed for the occasion, but hey. Whatever floats your boat, mate. Oh, and someone's running down here. I think we have a lost child. Someone alert the authorities. There's a lost child here on his own. What's your name? Let's have a look. Emmanuel Nichols. How old are you? Because you don't look old enough to be here, like, unsupervised. Oh, maybe he is. Maybe he's a teen. Oh, that's quite sad, actually, if did a teen come to the theme park on his own? Or maybe his mates ditched him. Because he's going somewhere? Heading for Rolling River. Oh, that's the big pirate one over there. I do need to sort that out as well. It's not decorated to the standard that I expect anymore. Okay, how are we getting on here? So I want to get rid of these walls. So let's edit building with these pieces. Let's get rid of you. And do I want this one, or should we, I might just get rid of that one as well. And we just have that bit at the end. So let us delete you. Yeah, that works. Actually, can we get a window in here? Like a proper window. What is this? Stucco wall, 4 meters. So let's have a look if they've got that in the game. I am Phoebe says, I remember the last stream we did a 21 giraffe race. Yeah, it was very fun. Okay, let's try stucco wall. Not stucco wall. Stucco wall. We do have that that's not a very nice window, though. I'll have to go with in-game window. So what windows do we have in-game? I forget. It's been so long. Let me get rid of that. Okay. Oh, that's no good. That's not going to work here. Have I still got it stuck on stucco? Because I feel like there should be more windows. Oh, there we go. There's all the windows. Oh, God, this one's creepy. Like, can you imagine? Let me put one down. How creepy is that wall? Just no. Just absolute no. We're not having that one in. What other... Is this... Oh, this is doors. That's why. No, we want windows. Now, I'm looking for one... Oh, yes, that's it. I want one that's closed. Because then you don't have to see... Phoebe says, oh, hell no. Yeah, definitely. See, this one's closed, so if we close it on both sides, you won't notice that there's no gap. We'll just hide that fact. So, one in there. Maybe a bit lower. And do one the other side. Oh, needs to turn it around. Hang on. Switch that round the other way. That feels like it's not gone even. There we go, that's better. And if we do that on the other side, so we've got one on each. Let me... do I need to edit that again? No, there we go, that's good. Let's move you over. And another wall there. And do that on the other side. Got one on each. Yeah, it kind of doesn't... It's a bit janky. Never mind. Janky's good when it's pirate themed. I'm sure janky's allowed. Now, I did have... I might just steal from here. In here, we've got... Oh, the little mouse in here is just like the highlight of this part of the build. So can you imagine you walking around and you see that? It's like, oh no, there's a rat. And the people, the staff go, oh, it's just animatronic, and like really it's not. It's a real rat that is just decided to take hold in the park, but they just go and say, oh no, it's fake. It's like, yeah, right, it's not. But I'm thinking I could just steal some of these things. So let me take a few of these. And yep, that's it. Double click. Oh, hell. What is all that underneath? No, that's no good. Let me move that up and move them from... That is... What's all this underneath? Honestly. What have I been thinking when I've done that? Obviously, I clicked on something at some point and then didn't delete it. So let's get rid of those extra little things there. Yeah, I don't need you. Oh, shoot, maybe I do. Hang on. Oh, that's why. I get it. So, this is part of this, and I've just flipped it upside down so that you've only got the hay bale. Oh, do you know what? Sometimes I think that's a pretty neat idea I've had there. So I'm shouting at my former self when actually my former self had a good idea. Oh, did that not split from there? Hang on. Edit building. Yeah, so these are part of... This must be part of the Fairyland stuff where it's like little arrows gone into a bale of hay. So I've just used a bale of hay, but you can't get rid of the arrows underneath. Right, so need to split these from the building. If I can click the last one. The hitboxes are a bit janky sometimes. And these things as well. So, split from building. And now it should be... Yep, there we go. Now we can move that over to our... in here. Make this look a bit nicer. Oh, and people are coming down the path. Oh, do you reckon because I forced some people to go on the pirate ship, other people are now heading over to... It's like, well, if someone else went over to the pirate ship... Ninja Pumpkin says, I remember you placing those items when you Twitch streamed. You know what? You've got a better memory from me, because I don't. I have zero memory of placing that. But, I mean, that was a few years ago, so you can forgive me for having a poor memory from that long ago. Right, you go in there. Maybe I'll put the mouse over here as well. Oh, it needs to go a bit lower than that. There we go. Right, so a couple of boxes and a couple of hay bales. I like that. And we're going to need a platform onto here. And I never remember the name of this. I use this platform everywhere. This little one here is just amazing. Mind you, that's wooden deck. So I need the wooden deck, but the bigger wooden deck. It's such a versatile piece. Sorry about all the clipping through buildings there. I know that can't be very nice. So let's have a look for wooden deck. Wrong button. Now, is it in building or is it in the other? Look. Wooden deck. So how's everyone's Saturday going? It's blooming freezing here. But, you know, no snow for us at the moment. Although it did snow across the country a couple of weeks ago. Or was that last week? Let's move you down. I think we might need a set of steps to get in here, maybe. But maybe only one step, so move you over a little bit. Oh, then it clips. We don't like clipping, do we? No, we don't. Oh, Ninja Pumpkin says it's minus 23 degrees, and I'm complaining because it's about 4 degrees here. I have no right to complain. And we'll get these in. Oops. Now, it would be nice if I remember to put it on so it goes down flat. There we go. And move you along. So we are getting a couple of people coming down this road, but they're just not going in the pirate section, which upsets me. So I reckon, actually, we move that along a little bit, and then we'll have a lower bit down behind it. So have this half and half. So you can go down there, and you can go over that way. And then we have another one lower down. And that should, yeah, there we go. That sits nicely above the grass, but below the curb. So, looks a bit nicer than having just plain grass there. Might have to move that one a little bit because the road curves. So let's move you out. Yeah, that looks good. And do I want to put this all the way around to the side, or do we, I suppose we could change that into sand. Or let's have a look what the terrain is. So that's something else with Planet Coaster. You're able to pick what terrain you want, whereas in Planet Zoo you just stuck with whatever terrain is for that biome. So I've picked obviously all of the sands for this one because it was, oh, that's a bit harsh there. Let's turn that intensity down a little bit. Maybe turn the size down. And I'm sorry, but can we just stop for a second and take a look at that lady's pants? Yeah. I don't know who dressed you to come out to the theme park today, but that wouldn't be my choice. A red racer t-shirt, shot with the makeup gun, looks like, and leopard print pants. Sure, you do that. Plastic Vicar says she's living her best life. I know, I shouldn't judge, should I? And I've dropped the mouse again, so just bear with me 1 second. I will get a better setup at some point. At the moment, I'm rocking two sets of mouse, or mice, I should say, micey. 3 screens and 2 computers, so it's all a bit funky right now. And let's go back to chat. I am Phoebe says top quality. Yeah, sure, definitely. You be on your way. It's fine. Let me have another one of these. And oh, why game do you do this to me? It's not even, so we have to fiddle. There we go. Fiddle and it works. But it won't work there, so we have to lift that up a little bit. All these little tricks and techniques you learn over time. And they also apply for Planet Zoo as well. Okay, let's lower you down a little bit. And we'll get some of these around the back as well. Although then we're kind of digging into the sand there as well, so I'll move that up slightly. And move you along. We'll get the balance right. Plastic Vicar says Mises. I'm happy to go with Mises. Yeah, so I think if we just do this to the corner here, and right, we'll copy that one over now for that bit, and I'll put something funky in the corner. Maybe a bin. You can never have too many bins. IMVP says, yep, today in Planet Zoo, I finally figured out how to build an enclosure in the ground. Oh, I know exactly what you mean. So is that where you either dig down, or if you take something from the workshop and it's higher, then you need to lower it down so it goes into the ground? It's all little things. I remember learning all of that with Planet Coaster, where I'd get something from the workshop and be like, why is it all high? How do I get that to like sink down and stuff? And it's all sort of stuff that you definitely pick it up after a while. Now this is too low now because the bowls are sitting lower than they should be. Yeah, I like that. Do you know what? I am wondering now whether I need to extend this out. I mean, I could use these pieces that I picked up. Now, is that attached to anything? If I move it, is it going to move a load of other stuff? No! For once, it works. Because I could just have that around here. Yeah. I mean, it's odd, but when is anything I never do not odd? Or when is anything I do not odd? It's just, that's just what I am. And maybe 2 of these. Okay. I think that looks alright. I'll say it's definitely odd. But I can live with that. And I do like the fact that we're going for like rough sand and mud around here rather than grass, because I mean, you're right by the beach. I don't know if it would be. I mean, maybe some more cobblestone at the back, because I quite liked where I had like the dock here. That's quite nice with the cobblestone. Or ooh, that's nice wood. Or the dock itself. Is that actual dock, or did I build that? No, I built that all separate. Sounds like something I'd do. Ooh, and the fence in here would be nice to steal that. Right, let me edit that and take a bit of that with me. So we'll take just that section there. So split that out and multiply it. That'll work nice around here. Because also it's right by the pub, so you do want something for people to lean onto when they come out the pub, don't you? And you don't want them tripping over the rocks around here as well, so that makes sense. So we'll move you in and move you up a little bit. And stretch it round. Yeah, I think that'll work. And basically copy all of those. Oops, that was a mistake. Move a couple of these around. So, what games has everyone else been playing lately? Right now, I've done quite a bit of Planet Coaster in the last couple of weeks, and I've obviously been doing a lot of Planet Zoo. There's not really anything else I've been playing recently. There's just been, ever since January, I've been on... Oh, I've been playing a lot of Raft as well. Love Raft. I was saying last night, it's such a cool game. I think they've made it very well. It's just a perfect balance of gameplay and fun. Right, and you go back there. Okay, happy with that. Now, am I going to extend it all the way to the end? I mean, I probably should. It feels like that should go all the way to the end rather than be just to the where the shops are. I say shops, we haven't even put anything in there that's shop-esque. So Phoebe's done Planet Zoo, Wildcraft, Roblox, Dog Sim, and Dragon City. I've heard of a few of those. I haven't played any apart from Planet Zoo. The Dog Sim one looks good though. I have seen that one. And Roblox is one of those I'm like, yeah, it looks fun. But then it's a whole new game to learn. John Galatas says, am I the only one who feels hard shelter sizes are inaccurate? Most animals don't have the amount of shelter the game wants you to have. Absolutely. I 100% agree. In that, so I went to the zoo I'd say about 6 months ago. It was when we didn't have the full lockdown. And we just decided to take a day out on our vacation time and went to the zoo. And I think it was the cheetah we were looking at. And in the zoo we went to, they had like a little tiny, it was kind of a shelter, like half-height shelter that the animal just sat inside. And it was absolutely tiny. But they were sat in there and they seemed quite happy. But obviously in Planet Zoo, you wouldn't even get, it would, the hitboxes would be too near to each other. So it definitely wouldn't work. Yeah, so, yeah, completely agree. And the same with some of the sizes of the enclosures. Like, you've probably, if you know me, you know I've griped about the polar bear a lot. I always griping about the polar bear because they're just greedy. You said my Aardvarks look like ants inside their mount. I build and it's on like 75%. Oh, that sounds like, you know, I could agree. Yeah, you don't want your Aardvarks to look like ants when you've had to build a massive mound for them. That sounds silly. In some ways, I love how accurate the game is with like having to have the right sort of conditions for the animals, but sometimes it goes a bit silly. Like when they say, "Oh no, the animal doesn't like this type of plant," I feel like saying, "Well, as long as it's not poisonous to them, then." Is it really that bad? Is the panda sitting there going, I don't like this willow tree? It makes me sad. I don't think so. They don't care. About the only one I know for things like the giraffes, you can't put certain type of trees in their enclosure because they'll destroy it. Oh, they'll eat it. So I can understand in a way for those ones, but maybe they should relax it a little bit. So I want to edit that piece of scenery and move that along. So we've got another one. Ah, I got your name right. Yeah. I do try with names, and I do apologise whenever there's one that I'm not sure on. I used to work in a call centre, though, so you get used to very different names. One guy I always remember in the call centre, he had an Indian name, and I got it first try, and he was like, "Oh my gosh, are you Indian?" I'm like, "No," and he's like, "How did you know how to pronounce my name?" I was like, "Because I used to have a surname before I got married that was, it was difficult for some people to pronounce, and they always pronounced it wrong. It's like I always knew when I was getting a call centre call because they'd say my name wrong, and I'm like, yeah, bye." No time for you. Mary Beline Vlogs. Hi, I love your name. Yes, Plastic Swans. It is. I would say it's original, but if you look on YouTube, there's a Lithuanian band with the same name. They haven't done anything since 2014, but I was shocked because I've had this name since 2014. I'd say maybe even 2013. I picked it when I got my first Xbox Live account, and I picked it basically because there was literally everything I tried to put in as a name for my account was already taken. I was late to the party on the Xbox Live, and I'm so weird that there's like a band with the same name. I am Phoebe says, I build my wolves and underground den, and I tried to make it as realistic as possible, and it was almost the size of the enclosure. But it was only 84%. Yeah, I've heard that people say that if you want it to look more like a real zoo and the animal wants too much room, then build them something underground as well. The only problem with that is they'll spend half their time underground. Oh, some people are going to the pub. So one of the mistakes I made with the pub, as you so can see now, perspective, it's way too big. That door is like hobbits going for a pint. So yeah, I didn't scale that properly, and I did have some problems with scale. Mary Belinda says, your park is so good. Oh, thank you. I appreciate that. It is, like I say, this is the park in its entirety, and it's one of the first parks I started on the channel. Basically to learn how to play Planet Coaster, and I'd say we're almost done. Yeah, I'd say another 3-4 months and we might be done with this. And John says, I'm new to your channel and going to check out more of your stuff. I've got to run. I've got a birthday party I'm going to, but good talk to you and love the 2-3 videos I've seen so far. Well, thank you very much for stopping by. Anybody that stops by for a chat, completely appreciate that. And as I say, have a great day and enjoy the birthday that you're going to. And as I say again, thanks for stopping by. Right, where are we up to on this one? So yeah, these little tiny features, I do like to... What my plan is for this park is to literally fill in. Anywhere you see green, there's going to be stuff on it at some point. Let me show you an example of where I've got this right. So this is one of the temple rides, and when you go through, so we go through here, it's very popular. I mean, it's a great ride. Should we ride that and have a look at it? Because it's a very popular ride. But when you come out the exit here, so this is the exit, you come over this side, and obviously we're in the like the Aztec part here. But once you come out the ride here, I've filled this in with scenery, and that brings you right out to the pirate side. And I love the way there's no empty space. This is filled with, you just transition easily from one scenery set to the other. And I think they do that in real parks. So you have where they will build something so you can't see the scenery set from this side, but it's there. And I'd like to replicate that across the park, really. There's some where it doesn't gel so well right now. So if you see, let me show you from... And it is actually from near where we were. So across from... This is the pirate station for the monorail. And across from here is the neon racetrack. And it just doesn't gel very well, does it? So I need to create some sort of barrier here that's pirate themed. And then obviously over the other side, it'll be blank so that it's just the neon racetrack, which looks great in the dark. We'll have to show you that in the dark. But I was wondering, I think... Just as a break between what we're streaming, let's have a look on the ride itself. Oh, it's just gone as well. Typical. Right, let's wait for it to come back and we'll give it a ride. Hopefully the computer can manage the speed, but I think we should be fine. It's very popular, this one. This is the one ride that I've made that I would actually ride it. Ninja Poker says it was fun watching you build the volcano ride. Is it because we ended up at one point where it looked very rude and I had to chop off the top of it because it was getting ridiculous? And the comments that were coming out on that stream, I'm like, I'm going to have to moderate this. Oh, we're back. Right, quick. Let's have a camera ride on. Gives me a chance to have a drink as well. Okay, there we go. So I'm really proud of that one. One of the best ones I've done, where the guests like it, I like it. It's not janky, and it actually it's fun. I would definitely be riding that one. Okay, back to our pirate theme. No, 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 that's the wrong bit. Ooh, I like those though. Hello, gonna steal you. No, let me take one of those. I just want to edit the building because I just want to steal those lamps. So let me take a copy of you. And we'll take that. Is anyone on the pirate ride yet? No. I mean, you must hate your job. You just sat there like, oh, hello? Can anyone hear me? Yeah, because I think these should go on inside. So now that I've got this at the back, I'm wondering whether that should have been a door there. Oh well, it's too late now. I think we're sticking with windows. But I do like that lamp thing. Might need a pole in the middle to keep it up. And obviously want to split that from the building. So let me open you up and split from building. There we go. Right. And another one of those. And let's put them together as a group so we can move them both. Oh, no, 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 no. That was wrong. Clicking the wrong buttons again. Merge scenery into group. There we go. That makes it easier to move. That might have to come out a bit because otherwise you've got a lamp just sitting in like middle of nowhere. That's no good. Unless I don't mind if the rope sits out a little bit, but we want the poles in there. Right, that's gonna have to sit like that, and we can get. Oh, actually, it's kind of in the middle. So if we get one of the wooden pieces, again, let me just steal a piece from here. That'll be easier. What's the best wooden piece? That's kind of a nice wooden piece. So let me steal you. Wooden pillar. They have much nicer pillars in Planet Zoo, I will say. Also, if anyone, if you're watching this and you've never played Planet Coaster, but you've played Planet Zoo, look at the amount of nature stuff we get. Let's remove that. Oops, there we go. This is everything. That's literally all of the plants we get. So yeah, tiny in comparison to Planet Zoo. And I think everybody that played Planet Coaster first, when you first picked up Planet Zoo, you're like, oh my goodness, how have I got so many plants to play with? Can I recolor this wood? That would be... Yes, I can. I think it needs to be a lot lighter than that. Maybe a bit darker than that one. So yeah, there's like hardly any plants at all. And we made do with it. I think people sometimes ask us like, oh, what's your favourite? Do you prefer Planet Zoo or Planet Coaster? And I feel like saying, I love both for very different reasons. Because Planet Coaster is way more creative in that if you can think of it, you can build it. And it kind of fits in with theme park. Whereas in Planet Zoo, you can't really manage that with the animal. Well, unless you're doing animal races, of course, then you can pretty much do what you want. But if you're just building an enclosure, you kind of have to make it realistic. Whereas in a I'd say in a theme park, it doesn't matter. Why can't I select you? Keep selecting the wrong thing. Right, yes, we want you. And we want you. And we don't want you. There we go. Right. Merge scenery. Probably going to use a few of these wooden pieces. So, is that in the right location? I'd say that's about accurate. And I think we need another set of these, don't we, to go back there like that. Yeah. And another one on that side. It'd be nice if we had like a rocking chair or something that could sit in here and have someone sat on it. I mean, we do have some good thing about Planet Coaster as well. We have animatronics. So if I go to props, animatronics, and if we set that to, let's say set it to pirate. Let's see what we've got. So scenery theme and pirate. So let's have a. I mean, that's just way too big. kind of a monster in there. I don't like the red coats. I don't know. I know it's accurate, but I'm just not a fan of them. Again, I don't think it's appropriate to have someone just shooting at this point. Idle pirate. I mean, I've used this guy a lot. He's just sat there. I suppose I could have idle pirate. Maybe we put him in the corner. Just idly sat there with his gun. I'll show you the funniest place I've used this guy. I'll show you where I've used him as a prop. Now this is really funny. So we've got at the corner here. This is kiddie jail. Now kiddie jail is I don't have kids of my own, but to me, you'd have a section where, you know, the toddlers go and play, where it has to be a secure area where you check your kids in, then you come back and pick them up later. So imagine there would have been a door here, but I didn't want them clipping through it. So you go through here. It's like you have to entice the kiddies first. Unfortunately, I've lost the picture because I'm working on a different computer, and that's like saved to the hard drive of the other computer. But there was a nice like playful picture here. Then you've got the characters. So I've made Pirate Pete and Buccaneer Betty. Poor Betty and her coconut boobs there, you know. But I was proud of making these two at the time, and her boots are way too high there. That's ridiculous. And I think poor Pete's leg, the lumps on the legs, the best, less said about them, the better. So over in here, we've got some lockers. And then you've got all the kiddie stuff. So there's a little area here for them to get some snacks and stuff. Then we've got our swing set, and there's a little soft play centre. And over here, we've got the ballpark. And look, it's the guy with the idle gun again. Just sat off like menacingly in the ballpark. But I think that was meant to. I was trying to get someone to look like they were, you know, supervising in the ballpark, stop the kiddies like throwing balls at each other. But that's the only one that really fit so well. One of the only ones that sat down that's a pirate that would work. So yeah, I thought that was pretty funny when I made that one. Right. Anyway, story time over. Back to. I keep getting lost where we were working. Ah, there we go. This is where we go. So it's looking better already. There's a lot less like empty space here. Now, I'm wondering, would a pirate village have a well? Because that might be something nice to build here if we can get like some brickwork. I can't remember exactly what type of brickwork we have in the game, but we can take a look. So if I type in brick, let's see what comes up. Bricks. Phoebe says, I think it would. So that, if we can change the colour, that might work. Can we? Yes, we can. So we made that grey. So like stonework, or a bit darker than that. Maybe that colour. Come on, find the right colours now. So you go to that colour, and you go to that colour. So we want about that size. So it's not very big. And we might actually be able to... I may have to put one in the middle so that it rotates them all the right way. So click them all back up and merge into scenery. And we should be able to get a circle quite easily with this. And then you have to delete all the middle ones. It's a little bit off, but I can live with that. This is the quick and dirty way to get a circle without having to measure it all out accurately. I have done it before where I've measured it all out accurately. Sometimes I can't be bothered. And, oh, I think we do have buckets in the game as well. So that would be fun to add there. So, yeah. And just fill that one in. Back there. Just thinking, do you know what? I should have checked first. Did we actually have a well in the game? Oh, you off, Ninja? Well, have a great day and thanks for stopping by. It's been great to chat to you again. And, you know, I always appreciate that every time I do a live stream, you do seem to just pop in. So, you know, I do appreciate that. So, thanks. And as I say, have a great day. Let's edit you and move that one in as well. There we go. That one might need to move a little bit for it to be even. Again, this one could be better, but I think we'll cope. Right, so merge all those together. Okay, we've picked up like half the blooming scenery here. Don't want all of you. Don't want you. Don't want you. And don't want you. Just want all of that. And merge that together. Merge into group. The great thing about the difference between Planet Coaster and Planet Zoo as well, it tells you how many objects there are in the group, whereas in Planet Zoo it doesn't blooming tell you that. So, especially if you're making something for the workshop and it's you're trying to get it to 4,000 pieces, it's actually a proper pain trying to figure that out. Right, now we need to delete all those middle pieces. There we go. Well, I do need to check as well, if we do have one in the game, because there might be. In the fairy tale section, I wonder. So I may have built all that and then we don't even need it. Let's see. Right, take the pirate filter off. And we'll try... Well. Yes! Ah! I've been building that. We already blooming have one. And it's so much better than mine. Oh. Oh, swans. What am I on? Right. We'll just use that one, not my stupid one. Right. Gone. At least I didn't spend, you know, 3 hours making one and realise then there was one already in the game. Yeah, I think that's cool there. It's on a bit of an angle there. It's on a bit of a wonk, isn't it? Might have to move that around a little bit. There we go. Get that straightened up a little. And now, would it be on the grass or would we have some rocks or something around it? I feel like we need some kind of rock work in here somewhere. So let me have a look on... I also want to check what other pirate stuff can we shove in here? Because, like, you know, pirate stuff is always cool. So let me have a look. What have we got? Try and remind myself. So, campsite. Oh, campsite would have worked. Could have had a campsite in the back of here. Is there anywhere else this will go? I mean, we could put it over here, but that's like prime real estate for more building. Maybe over this side we can have campsite. I mean, the fire's getting a bit close to the shrubbery there. We might have to take some of that shrubbery out, but I think that's okay. Yeah, that might work. So let's move you. And we are going to have to move some of these plants now because they don't fit in. So let's get you gone. I feel like we need more than one tent. I wonder, does it have tents in the game? That's tents, not tents. And, ugh. Yeah. Sometimes the plants don't want to move, so you have to... This is exactly the same in both Planet Zoo and Planet Coaster. You have to go underground to move them. And I like the way that just, like, sinks into the rocks a bit there, so it's like... Yeah, I quite like that. But I think we need another tent there, so... Let me see if there are any in the game. Now, I can't see any... We've already got Pirate Band in. I might have to put some lamps in eventually. We've got Picnic Canopy. It doesn't really... I suppose, you know, we could have one over there. Or maybe over there. It doesn't really fit, does it? Or, ooh, what's shacks? Oh, that's what we've got over there. What other types of shack have we got? Shack Lodge? Oh, hang on. No. I was mistaken, was I? Is that the same as that one? Yeah, that's the same as that one. So it is the small one over here. Could have another small one over here. It's a shame, really, that this ride here is very modern. So it doesn't... It was the only ride that would fit in, basically. Because it's like a nice, tiny footprint. Whereas all the other ones, like, go beyond what the port is. So the docks are. So that's the ride that kind of fit there. And I thought we did need a ride here. But it could be better. Plastic Vicar says, I love Shack. Ugh. Don't get that stuck in my head. I like the idea of lifting that off the ground a little bit. And I don't know, I think I do need a tent here. I just can't remember if there are tents in the game. Let me see. So I don't think... Oh, rope fence. I keep getting distracted, don't I? This always happens. And actually, before I forget, I do want a lantern chain in here as well. Because they're so cool. And it looks better when it's nighttime for those as well. Let's move you over into that corner. Okay. Might have a few of these. So one that side and one over this side. And is that floating? I feel like that's floating a little bit. Yeah, that's floating a little bit, so it's going to have to come down there. And actually on the other side of this, whilst we're here, I just saw it. There's a pirate ship wheel. I mean, what's the point of that? Just on its own. But I did see a bench. No, not that one. There was one with 2 barrels on it. Let's see if I can find... What if I type in bench? Might come up then. Here we go. The one with the 2 barrels. I thought that could sit in between the lamp there. I wonder if people sit on the barrels or in the middle bit. And can we do that same on this one? For some reason... Oh, it's quite close to the... Might have to do that the other side then. And there goes the mouse again. As per usual. Oh, come on. Just get it right. There we go. Right. Oh, that's kind of... People like, ugh, bench. When did this get here? I didn't ask for a bench. Right, come on, mouse. Now it's got stuck. Bear with me one moment while I figure this thing out. Right, there we go. That's back up there, but the monitor's gone off. So just bear with me one moment while I plug that back in. Everything goes wrong at the same time. Come on. Let's get you working again. I just might have to move it back over to this side, so let me see where our where's our chat window gone? Come on, chat. If I restore it there we go, and pop you out again. Right, we're back. And Phoebe says, what happened while I was away? The mouse dropped again, and then my monitor went off, so having more issues with the technology as per usual. As it goes. But I think we're good now to go. Alright, so we've got a couple of benches in. Oh, the bin there is in the complete wrong place. Let's move you. You can go in the middle there. I don't know if I like them on the actual, on the path there. Maybe I do want to move them back. So, which means I think, is that going to have to move back that? No, I think it might work actually. So move you back into there. Yeah, because they're just getting stuck there. Like the bin refuses to go in the corner. Yes, why won't the bin go there? That's silly. You guys, can you just move so I can move the bench? No, don't have more people sit down on it. Jeez. Jesus, what is it? The police convention come to the theme park today? The hell? What are you? What are you? Harlan Hockton. Are you pretending to be police officers or security guards? Because this is weird. Frontier D. Williams? What the hell? That is so weird. What on earth are these people? Roscoe Merchant. But Frontier D. Williams sounds weird. And this one, Ezekiel Aviles. Phoebe says, damn it, I just dropped my mouse. It's a virus. You might be right, you know. But I'm convinced that it's just me. I'm not allowed to stream without having multiple problems. Hopefully the sound's a little better this time. I know, I appreciate apologies if you can hear the fans going. That's just because I'm working on the laptop. Hopefully within the next 3 months or so, I should have an even better setup where I can actually use 2 PCs. So you won't get the sound of the so much of the fans. You can't hear them? That's awesome. Cool. I'm assuming you can hear me okay today. Great. Right, so I'm not so happy with this corner now because there's not enough for the sand, so I might just copy this over and it goes all the way to the back. Ooh, but then it shows up through there. That's not so good, is it? Yeah, no, neither of those work. I mean, we could always just put more rock work in. Actually, I think there's one of these that's. Let me bring up scenery. So there's a wooden deck that's. Get it off pirate there. Engineering. Oh, is it? Oh, it's in building. That's why. So brick. No, we want deck this time. Yeah, see, there's a smaller one that would work, I guess. So we can get it closer. Oh, you're going to get some headphones? I mean, hopefully it's your end, not mine. No offense, but you know, hopefully the sound's okay for people with headphones on. And squeeze out. What we'll have to do is move some more rockery around there so it fits. Okay. How's that looking? Little bit sticking out at the side there, but we can fix that with a little bit more rock. So copy that one and hide it. So you'd never know, would you? Nobody knows that bit of plank sticking out there. Oh, you can hear better now. Oh, I'm glad to hear that. There's nothing worse when the sound's really rubbish. And I do try to improve it every stream I do. I check the sound afterwards, and if it's not to my liking, I try and make it better. Yeah, but hopefully, in the next 2 or 3 weeks, we'll have another Planet Zoo stream where we'll do some racing or something. I might set up races and then we'll do them live. So instead of building a race, we'll have it already set up and do it live from there. Might be a good idea. So do I want another one of these coming out? Maybe. Are they all part? No, they're not part of the same group, but we can fix that. So let's link you together and make another one of those. Oh, it didn't like that. Fine. We won't do that then. We'll just do one at a time. Actually, I think what we need is one of these because these are straight. Try and line them up. We're doing this as best we can. I think it's gonna overlap a little bit, but that's okay because this is all. It's kind of meant to if it's piracy. Move that one in. So how long do you reckon it will take me to finish this as well? So if I'm true to my word and all the green bits are going to get filled with stuff, it's going to be at least 3 months before this gets finished. But this is my most complete park ever. And that includes in Planet Zoo as well. I've never been very good at finishing things I start. I start them and then I get distracted and move on to something else, usually. He said your laptop volume is just garbage and I recommend doing a big cat race on Planet Zoo if you get a chance. Yeah, it's on the list. I think the next on the list is an primates race. Because somebody suggested that maybe 6 months ago to do primates. So I think that's the next one. And instead of doing a straight race for that, I'm gonna set up an assault course. So have it so that they're having to climb. Because I'm pretty sure all of the primates in the game have the climbing ability. So I think that'll be pretty fun to see which ones go for like the different types of climbing apparatus. And how they do that. So yeah, I think that'll be next. And then yeah, I do need to get onto like a big cat race as well. Right, so I think that looks okay. Ooh, I like that gravelly kind of look. What's that? I never actually thought of that. Oh, I like this one. Yeah, that's a nice gravelly. That looks better. Fill in those gaps with some gravel. Now, there's a tree just sitting in the middle of the road there. I can't have that. Let's move you back. And again here. Banana plants just floating in space. This is a nice... I have a few of these in to cover that up a little bit. Maybe one in the corner here. Okay. Now I was going to check if there's like, do we have market stalls in this? I'm pretty sure we did, but I can't remember to save my life. So let's try fruit. Yes, we do. Bet it doesn't blooming fit though, does it? Might have to do this so it's on a table. And then the stupid, the pole's getting in the way. So move out a bit. I suppose if I did it there, it kind of fits. And we want this to be about waist height, I'd say. I like the coconut there, like with the knife, so it's just like half a coconut. That's pretty cool. And I need some kind of wooden table in there. So actually, the wood that we used here, can I use this? Because that would be good, I think. What type? Yes, it's like a little, just a plank. That'll do. Supernatural plants. I hate it when you find one that you've placed in game and then you realise later, oh no, that was a... Oh, that's no good. Let's copy you and get you flat on the ground. There we go. You realise like later on that they weren't placed right and they're all floating or wonky. First world problems, eh? Okay. Have you move up a little bit. And get rid of that. Oh no, not done editing. Or maybe I need to say done editing so I can move these. Edit with selected building. I need to pick this one. Bloody hitboxes again. Right. You need to split from the building. Oh, you love these streams, they cure your boredom. Exactly. I do exactly the same when sometimes when I'm building something intensive, it can get quite lonely if you're building a lot in Planet Coaster or Planet Zoo. So I will just sit and watch people, or I will listen to people stream whilst I'm building myself, and I find that quite therapeutic, to be fair. So yeah, I do exactly the same with other people's streams, I should say. Right, let's get rid of you. And we can move you back this way. So making a kind of long table here. So going to need to repeat that one. Is this one I can change the colour of as well? Yes. See, that's a great thing about Planet Coaster as well. Everything, pretty much everything's flexicolour. Whereas, you know, in Planet Zoo, it's all hardly any flexicolour. So I think, again, a bit of a lighter colour for these. So we get rid of that one now. Don't know what kind of fruit that's meant to be. Looks like eggs, like in some sort of manky sauce. Not appetizing. Come on, move back. There we go. Now, is the bucket floating? Yes, it is. This is going to have to move up a little bit when we get to it. And the stupid hay is clipping through a little. And of course, that's going to make the... Don't want the archery set. Actually, that doesn't look so bad, but I'll have to move that back so I can actually reach this one now. It's great the game allows you to merge things, but sometimes when they're fighting for the hitboxes, it's a little annoying. And one more, I think, should do that. So I need to put those together. So all of you need to be selected. Not you. Now the box is in the way. There we go. Unselect that bit. And move that together, and that can move up so it sits exactly under the bucket. I think there is actually a piece where there is just a bucket as well, which would be good to use. Phoebe says you built an enclosure that looks like Slough Creek from Wolf Quest 3. The wolves I built it for, too small, no shelter, no plants, no enrichment, no social group, no food. Oh dear. Tristan Keems, welcome to stream. Thanks for joining us today. How's everything going for you this Saturday? I don't know whether that needs to move up or down, or I think I've placed that box wrong. Let's edit that and move the box. I think the box needs to sit a little bit lower. There we go. Just little things like that. You wouldn't notice, but, you know, I feel like you have to change it. I don't know what this thing's doing here. That doesn't look right, does it? What are you? You can go. Now, these ones are quite far forward, actually, so I might have to use some more of these to make the table a bit longer. Because otherwise that's going to look odd and they're going to be floating. So, yeah, if this gets too close to the stairs, either we're going to have to take the stairs out or we're going to have to move these back a bit. Because I need one more. I mean, that's quite a hefty table now, to be fair. Not sure I like it now. Oh, cutting into his legs there. I have to move him a bit as well. Right, let's merge those together. Of course you want to select that thing, don't you? No, we don't want you. We want... Let's try and get under. Play the game of being able to select the right hitbox. There we go. We've got one. Just doesn't want to select that one. Right. So you'll do one, but you won't do the other. Hang on. There we go. Got them both. Right. Merge you together. Yeah, that's going to have to move back a little bit. It's too far forward. Might get rid of these two bits of hay so it looks a little bit better there. Edit scenery. Right. And just get rid of that one. And maybe move the other two down a little bit. There we go. So it's not clipping through. And now it looks like it's resting on the hay, so I suppose that does look a little bit better. Just going to need to move that up a bit, and the box up a bit. Good. And you, sir, are going to have to... Oh, and your animatronic box is clipping through as well, which is... Can't have that. Right, you go back there a little. Good, good. And I'll steal one of these again. To make the table legs. So hide you in the corner. Now, do I want that to go through it like that? No, it looks silly, doesn't it? It definitely wants to hide underneath. So about there. And one on the other side. I could potentially have done with one in the middle, but I don't know whether that's going to look silly. Sure, this will do. One there. One at the back. Counting with swans again. And do I want one on that side? I think we're alright with that side because the hay kind of covers the back end. So how's this looking? That's not bad at all, I don't think. Very piratey. We need something in here. Maybe some barrels. I did have a stack of barrels over here, which I quite liked. I don't know whether that's going to fit, though. So if I copy these... Oh, of course, Of course, I didn't make these into their own group, did I? Tristan says it looks cool. Thanks. I appreciate that. And we'll copy these ones over as well. I don't even know if this is going to fit, but I do love these little, the rustic boxes are meant to be for Dynamite. So it's meant to be for the cowboy theme, but I think it works with the pirate as well quite well. Just squeeze in there. There we go. Pick them all out. Zekin, welcome to stream. How are you doing, man? It's been a long time since I've seen you in a Planet Coaster stream. And that's basically because I've not streamed Planet Coaster in so long. But Zekin is one of the first people that subbed to me from one of my Planet Coaster streams. So, you're close to my heart, dude, really. For, you were there when literally it was just me talking to myself. Right, we need to duplicate you. And let us move you over into the piratey bit. Oh, this is going to be too tall, I think, for this section. He said, I really want to go to the Kruger National Park in Africa, but my dad said when they don't have AIDS or HIV. Well, you might be waiting a really long time for that. Your chances of, contracting something that way is very minimal. I'd be more worried about what's the one you get from the mosquito bites. There's much worse things that you can catch. But you're all good. Glad to hear it. So I don't think that's going to go in here, but what I might do is use this section for when we build. I'm going to have a building over here because I love to squeeze things in around the monorail. So we'll save that for now, and we'll reuse. I do reuse a lot of stuff. You just repeat patterns, so like I might reuse this and just put it over here. Mind you, that's quite close to reuse something. But that didn't fit in, so I might have to do something original here. Unless there was something by the... Ooh, hello. Sugar and all this stuff. That can be reused. That's all one piece. Does that split up? No, that's all one piece. That's too big. Guess it's like just a set of barrels here. If I merge them together... might be able to use them. You're more worried about being control alt deleted by a hippo. I guess. I've seen hippos. They can get pretty angry. Sebastian, welcome to stream. I wish we could make functional water parks with water slides. I mean, have you seen my attempt in this part to make a water park? So I do have a little subsection in here. And yeah, I agree, you can't make them realistic, but this is my attempt at a water park with some, this is the pool and this is the slide section. And yeah, I stole this from the workshop. These are sectional pieces. And if you look on the workshop for, I think it was Silver who did those. But, I couldn't have worked my water park without them. They look so cool. And this is a little bit where I did like a little lazy... It's not exactly lazy, is it? Because it's going really fast. But that's kind of like to make it look like a water park. Tristan said, what theme is it? It's tropical. So this was the first park I did. If the name of this is Practice Tropical because I made it to try and figure out how to play the game. So it's kind of eclectic in style. I started off please forgive the terribleness of the entrance really needs a rework. It's not very good at all. But this is kind of modern and then you go into pirate. We go through the entrance. Then you kind of got a little bit of pirate going on. Then I've dabbled with water park, so tropical water park, and that goes into sort of the adventure jungle kind of pieces. And then I did dabble a little bit with like neon racetrack as well. Oh, Sebastian said, I just joined because of the picture. For a second, I thought they added water DLC. I really wish they would. It looks amazing. I wish I had the patience to build stuff like this. Yeah, it does take a lot of patience, I will say that. I think the water park section, that took... I mean, it's got to be like 30, 40 hours to get this complete. I do like as well, I did the little... this is the little kiddie section in here. And I've used like the animatronics. So you got your sharks that are spurting water on the kiddies, and like the little water playmat. Oh, I love this little one. This is a perfect... I should have uploaded this to the workshop. Just a little tiny, just a slide set for them. And the very disappointed octopus. Looking very disappointed. But yeah, I enjoyed making this part of the park. Oh, and if you're still here, I'll show you inside the... Because I did make this like kind of a very distinctive, separate bit of the park as well. That you kind of have to pay extra to go into this bit. But these surfboards by Mr. Zekian himself made these from they're from the Theme Makers Tool shop or Toolkit. That's it, Theme Makers Toolkit. They're by Zekian, and they look so cool. So yeah, I had fun making that bit. I've had fun making most of this park, to be honest. And the go-kart raceway. So this sign is made out of art shapes. And that took forever. I got so bored making this one. So just copying art shapes. Which, it's really difficult to do that in Planet Zoo. Because we're not allowed, we don't have the ability to put like a transparent background on stuff. Sebastian says, are you an actual park designer? No. Just, I have a lot of creative, crazy ideas. That's all. But yeah, definitely not. I mean, it's not well optimized, this park at all. The sight lines are terrible. And you come through here, you'd expect to see something big at the back, wouldn't you? But there isn't. But I'm proud of this work. This is what I started the game with, and building even the Rocktopus, this took me forever. Just there's like this little pond at the front. If I can find it, where's the pond gone? I sure used to. Oh, there it is. So that little pond took me hours upon hours to make that. So it's just learning how to do it all, I guess. And you get better, you get faster the more you do. I think I've just surpassed 1,000 hours in Planet Coaster now. Tristan says the pond is beautiful. Thank you, as I really appreciate that. Lucas, welcome to stream. How are you doing? Just let me take a drink. Hey Toves, how are you doing? Yeah, we're just taking a breather. We are making a little pirate section down here, but we're just taking a breather and having a look around the park. Oh, Phoebe says, I just figured out how to upload things onto the Steam Workshop. And you started playing since last April. And Sebastian says, videos like these inspire me to go create my dream park. Then I boot up the game and reality happens. Oh, I'm very much with you on that. I've done exactly the same. Like, when I first played Planet Coaster, I played for about 2 months when the game came out. And, like, that was just really pathetic. Like, putting down the bog standard rides and stuff. And then I was like, oh, you can actually build in this game as well. And I looked at some tutorials online, and those were like, how did they do that? And I gave up for about, I'd say it was at least a year. I just gave up and went, you know what, it's not for me. Planet Coaster is not for me. I can't do it. I couldn't figure out the tutorials. I couldn't understand, like, the build and things. Like, I'm really proud of this. This is my restaurant. And when I made this one, I figured out how to have the build pieces that made, like, you could have like different building pieces and then you could merge them in together. And so these are all separate. That's a separate building. That's a separate building. But you can merge them into each other so it looks like it isn't. Toast says it looks cracking. Thanks. I really appreciate that. Mr. McBall says, I just downloaded this again. Haven't started yet because I don't know if I'm ready to go down that rabbit hole again. Yeah, I understand how you feel as well on that one. But yeah, it took me 12 months to pick up the game again because I was like, look, this is silly. I really enjoy making stuff, and you know, the creativity that you get from this game is amazing. So I was like, just give it another go. Just, you know, try. And so I'll show you the name, actually. If I go to Save Park. See, it's got Practice Tropical. Actually, I may as well save while we're here. And yeah, I called this game Practice Tropical because I was really trying to figure out how to play the game. You say the best thing I made was a glass walkway for the walls and keepers. Yeah, it sounds like a really cool idea, that. I haven't played around with the glass probably as much as I should. So I might give that a go when I'm back in Planet Zoo myself. The only problem here is that, let's say, the crowds are getting a bit ridiculous. I mean, this is... Why? Why is this so popular? If we head into the racetrack. I mean, come on. This is just ridiculous. Why is there so many people in this part of the park? And yet, if we go into my lovely pirate section, there's nobody. Apart from the janitors that keep slacking off down here. It's just empty. Doesn't feel right, does it? But yeah, I appreciate all the comments, guys, from saying it looks good. I mean, yeah. I've been playing this part for years now. Years and years. And it's slowly coming together. Slowly learning how to do different bits. Phoebe says it's the climbing ramps put at a less steep slant and the glass floors and glass tunnels. It sounds like a neat idea. It really does. Now, I did get distracted from... So, I like what's going on here. This looks good. I think we need... Can we have... Do we have a planter that's a barrel? Let me have a look. Mr. McBall says, I made a volcano boat ride, complete with smoke, fire, etc. That was fun. I don't know, have you seen my volcano? Because, again, I was saying before, this was my favourite ride. Let me put it to nighttime because it looks better at night. So, set lighting. So if we set that to PM... This is one of the best rides I made. Just because it's the sort of ride that I would go on. So, ooh, it's very orange around here, though. But, you know, it's very popular as well. Everyone wants to ride in here. So I've even got, like, the proper barriers so that, you know, debris is not going to hit you on here. There's the viewing platforms here. So if you're too scared to go on the ride, you can watch your kiddos go on from the safety of back here. Probably need to get more shops, actually, for the people that are just sat outside. And, I mean, I did ride this before, so I won't ride it again. But I do love how if you put if you put the lamps inside of the art shapes and make them orange, they could give like this cool glow. What I probably should have done is set the lights to go off and on so it looks like it's oozing down. But I mean that might be that's too much work for me. But yeah, I don't know. Is this not running at the moment? Because they should have gone by now. Here we go. Because what's cool is when the ride comes up out of the volcano. Because I have got here, it's like two little two little entrance and exit holes. There we go. You get an explosion and the orange fireworks. Sebastian says, just more cowbell. And Mr. Ball says, being a music teacher, I don't really think about safety barriers. Being in the construction industry, I always think about safety barriers. Tristan, there's lots of star signs, so I'm assuming that means you like it. Which is cool. Okay, let us go back to AM. I'm having a bit of an issue with the monorail. So I've got maximum amounts of monorail trains on here. And they get to this station here, which we do need to work on. And Iron Phoebe says that is fire. Yeah, they kind of get to the station and the monorail stays here. The trains stay here for too long. And we're kind of backing up a bit now, like through the mountain. Do have a little bit of the monorail, it does hide through the mountains. Yeah, this is ridiculous. All the people on here must be really fed up. I hear those things are awfully loud. Monorail. Monorail. Yeah, maybe we shouldn't concentrate on the monorail because it's not doing so well at the moment. This one seems alright, but why aren't people... It's empty. Why are you not getting on? Sometimes it bugs out this way where you've got a train and people are... Oh no, there we go. They were just waiting for it to stop. That took me a while to figure out. Mr. Bull says, I guess I'm starting a new park today. Your love stream reminds me of how fun it is. It is super fun. It's the one game that I always come back to. Always come back to. Oh dear. What is going on in here? Like, why is everyone really so popular around this bit? It's just, this is ridiculous. I mean, come on, guys. Go and visit somewhere else. And why is, like, does everybody have to have a balloon? Is that, like, the rule? You're not allowed to go around the park unless you've got a balloon. Absolutely silly. This is my other ride that I'm quite proud of. Actually, do you know what? I think we'll give this a ride, actually. What boat is that? Because this one's rather fun. No, I want the front boat. So, no, I'm going back. Let's go to the front. There we go. Maybe seat number 3. So this is the Armada ride. And it's Aztec based. Or adventure based. So it's kind of, Indiana Jones, but we won't say that. And I built this high up. So you've got those zigzag stairs at the start. Because I figured this ride's quite difficult to get the excitement up. So if you have a lift hill before you have a drop, I thought I didn't really want that. Oh, Iron Phoebe says I actually only found out about Planet Zoo and Planet Coaster because of you. Oh well, thank you. It's really nice to hear that, and that's really, I really appreciate, that you think my stuff is so good that you go, oh, I think I'll give that a go. There's people that are far better than what I do. Mine's sort of like mediocre. So this is our first drop. Who have we got riding with us today? We've got Karen. I used to call this my garden simulator. But, now that we've got Planet Zoo and there's so many more plants to work with. Here we are limited, like really limited by the number of plants we have. So this is us going into the temple and boom. It took forever to sync this up. Just ignore the ball because it needs, I need to work on that because the ball comes back before it should. Mr. McBall says I'm being too modest. Okay, and down we go. And I really, playing with the jewels in this section They look really cool, but they're really awkward to work with because their hitboxes are horrible. Trista says, Indiana Jones. Shh. Maybe we should call it Jones Indiana. And just around the backside. But we have a hippo. Not a real one. Animatronic hippo, but nevertheless it's a hippo. And up the back way, there's a little bit more sinister here with the I do like playing with the skeletons every now and again. I had some of them hanging, so. But playing with the there's a console in the game now where you can set lighting so you can make it dark when it's day and stuff on the rides. That is so cool. Just takes a bit of fiddling to get it to work. And that's us round the back end with the croc, of course. Can't have an Indiana ride without a croc or the snakes. Plastic Vicar says, are you sure it's not a rhino? Yes, I'm sure it's not a rhino, but I still get them mixed up occasionally. And Phoebe says, I am not allowed the South American pack on Planet Zoo, but I was allowed the Australian pack. Well, you know, maybe in the future, because the South American pack is very pretty. And Mr. McBallspot says elephant, rhino, elephino. Yeah, so, I mean, this one is available on the workshop. If anyone wants to download this for yourself, it's on the workshop. Just look under, I think if you just looked under Plastic Swans, you'd find... I've only got a few rides on there. I've only ever uploaded the ones I thought were good enough, to be fair. So yeah, there's that one, and there's like a car one, I think. Right, how are we doing? Do you know what? How long ago was it I said I was going to do? I was going to do a tent here. So I do need to do it. So let me look and see if there's any tents. But then, guys, we are going to finish at 7 because that's my 2 hours streaming. So if there's any other ride we want to have a look at or we want to have a go on again, just give me a message in chat and we'll go and ride one of the other ones. Not the pirate boat because it's boring. Nobody likes the pirate boat. I'm still so sad about that. Nobody likes the pirate boat. I mean, we could give the Neon Raceway a go in the dark because that's quite cool. And we have the underground section. The underground section is the best. Yeah, we'll come back to that. Maybe we'll give that a ride so you get to see the underground section. You need to get the DLC on your wish list. I'd say for Planet Coaster, my favourite DLC is the Spooky Pack. Just because it's so useful. But then after that, I would definitely say the Adventure Pack is like the best. So definitely the most useful for me is Spooky because things like so over here when we've made the table, these boards, it won't let me do it now. Tristan says the race reminds me of the baby animal race and the 100 ostrich race. That's because I kind of stole the track design. So the track design I did here, I stole that for the ostrich race, and it's pretty accurate. To be fair, apart from all the neon stuff, I kind of stole the whole thing. The only difference I think is on the race that goes under where this goes over. But the rest of it, it's pretty much the same layout. It's not stealing if you made it in the first place. Mrs. Ballspot says, not enough explosions with the pirate boat. Fire makes everything better. You know, you're probably right. If I put a heap load of explosives, maybe that'll make it more popular. Maybe. But yeah, anyway, as I was saying, my favourite pack has got to be Spooky because, like, all the wooden pieces, half of this is made with Spooky pieces. The roof here is Spooky pieces. I think the balcony is Spooky pieces. And I've never made a Spooky build. Like, I've never made a Halloween theme build, but I've just stolen all the pieces for making all this kind of stuff. Anyway, before I... Let me see. Do we have a tent? And if not, I'm going to have to make one off stream. So, tent. We do have a tent. Hey, I'm glad I got that. Oh, wait. Why is it so big? That's no good. Like, have you seen the size of the people and the size of the tent? Oh, is this a tent for an elephant or something? I am Phoebe says I have to go now. It was very nice talking to you guys. Have a great weekend, and don't forget we survived 2020. Have a great weekend yourself, Phoebe, and enjoy the rest of it. Thank you so much for being around and sticking with the start of the stream where we had no sound. So yeah, I think we're gonna have to... Oh no, that one may be alright. Oh, that's better. That might work. I may have to play around with this to get it to fit in there. Mr. McBull said, I didn't catch the whole of the stream, but I did give it a like. That's always appreciated as well. I mean, I appreciate the dislikes as well, because it's still engagement. It tells me, you know, make this better. Right. This is not all going to fit in at the moment. I'm going to have to fiddle with that. But we've got like 3 minutes left, so... What I'm going to do is I'm going to give us a race around on the racetrack, but at night. And that's great because they're all just finishing up. So let me speed this up a bit. That's everyone in. I hate the way they do the victory lap. So pointless. This is why it takes so long. And let us move this to night. Because it's got to be night time for this one. I mean, look at that. And oh my goodness. Yeah, much better at night. So let's give it a ride. Let's speed that up so we actually get someone on it. And Tristan says, wow. Oh, here we go. Turn that off and turn that on. We'll go with this one. Yeah, I'm pretty proud of this one. It took a while to make. And Thomas Nelson said, I forgot you were doing this. Yeah. Unfortunately, I can't upload it to the workshop because it's too many pieces. I think it's over 4,000 pieces, so it wouldn't look too good. And we're actually winning on this one today, so that's good. Around the chicanes, that's good. I love how the palm trees look in the neon lights as well. Oh no! Oh, bit of a crash there. Might not make first place now. A bit of gulpy advertising. I love this bit. My hips don't lie. Bit crazy with the lights, but I do like going crazy with the lights. And that's back to the start. So guys, we've just hit 7 on the dot. So I will end off now, but thank you so much everyone for showing up. I hope it's been fun. I know I'm a bit sporadic with what I'm working on, and my head just goes from one place to the next, like super crazy. So if you kind of want in a stream where I just stick and do one thing, that's never going to happen. But it's been super fun, everyone. And thanks so much for showing up to stream. So that's me. I will catch you all later. Bye for now.